Right then, this is a quick walk around video from absolutely gorgeous Lexus. This is a IS300 hybrid and it's the top spec Premier model, finished in this absolutely beautiful rich red metallic with a contrasting black leather interior. Video never does justice to the colour on this. It looks absolutely stunning in the flesh. Car's covered just 66,000 miles. As you can see here, comes with this private plate, which is a lovely plate for the car. Goodness knows what it's worth, but I'm tempted to take it off, but there we are. Front of the car still looks stylish. Front end really clean, lights and lenses clear and intact. There's no cracks or condensation in them. Bonnet, can't see any glaring stone chips on there at all. It's in lovely condition. Near side, beautifully smooth in the panels. No car park dinks that I can see. But, jump out again. It's just got a really crisp, rich luster to the paint, and it's literally just been washed off. It's not even been polished, so that is absolutely stunning. Come around the back. Still rate this is the best looking. It's aged absolutely brilliantly, I have to say, the car, in terms of its styling, certainly. Offside, driver side, again, absolutely wonderfully smooth in the panel work. It is in terrific condition. Let's go into the back of the car now. Really good sized boot on the car, as you can see here. Load liner fitted, which also protects the carpets underneath. Let's come to the back of the car now. Full black leather interior, as I said, and it's been kept in really, really lovely condition. And then passenger side front, and both have lovely and clean. Passenger seat there, again, in absolutely super condition. So finally, on the driver's side, door card again, really clean. Footwell areas again, really nice. There is a full set of original Lexus mats in really good condition, which I've forgotten to put in the car, but they do come with the vehicle and will be in when you see it. So we're inside the car now. Engine's running, as is always the case. The dash is illuminated. One of the best interiors you're going to find in this class. It looks absolutely stunning. Sat nav, as you can see, working exactly as it should. Pop the car into reverse. You've got that rear parking camera likewise. Then coming down, Mark Levinson stereo, dual zone climate control, heated vented seats. It's a really lovely spec car. It's just been kept beautifully. Come to the dash binnacle. Hopefully you can see 66,207 miles. And if you're in econ and normal mode, that's generally speaking the dash binnacle you'll see. However, if you flick it into sport mode, as if by magic, red hue in the background and the rev counter magically appears. Really nice design. This really is a premium car. Finally, just to show you, owner's manual pack and lock and wheel nut key, all here and present with the car. Right then, this is a quick road test video, and this is for a Lexus IS300 hybrid. This is the Premier model. This particular car is registered on a lovely plate, Y1JKL, and with a mileage of just 66,213 recorded. The reason we do our videos, and it's all of them as well by the way, is essentially just to make sure that if anyone's online looking at any of the cars we're advertising, they actually get to see the very car advertised in operation. The reason we always felt it important is because unfortunately, like lots of people, we've been to see cars which have looked absolutely fine in photographs or description, but only to get there and find out shows up a fault, you know, as soon as you drive the car, basically, which can be hugely frustrating. We also do it on these very quiet country roads in this beautiful part of Gloucestershire, and this actually forms part of the road test route we take our customers on, and the hope is, of course, it'll be representative of what you'd feel yourself if offered a test drive in the car. So coming to the car, push button start, the car whirs into life. These are, you already know no doubt, but for those who don't, it's a self-charging hybrid, which basically means there's no range anxiety. You're not going to run out of battery, you're not going to be left stranded at the side of the road. All you're going to do is get low on fuel, your fuel light will come on, you'll stand at a pump for a couple of minutes and off you go. And then sorry, there's my son coming the other way gesticulating at me. So that's all you do. And the system itself is absolutely fantastic. I use the word in the advert, and I kind of use it carefully and choose it carefully, is seamless, and that's how the car feels. It's just so beautifully smooth to drive, certainly compared to its competitors. And it's the way the hybrid system comes in and out, the fact that it uses a CVT gearbox. It'll go into electric mode generally at low speeds, which means when you're pulling away low speed manoeuvres, you don't get any kind of that jolting or jarring you can get in some of the competitors' cars, where gearboxes can be indecisive as to what gear they want to be in, or the rumble of a diesel at low RPM, that kind of thing. It is wonderful, so quiet, so smooth, so relaxing. In a day and age where we're all rushing around far too quickly, it's just the perfect answer to that. There are, by the way, no warning lights on the dashboard relating to the engine or any other part of the car. The temperature gauge running just over a third, which is exactly where it's meant to be. You can run these in 3 different modes for the engine, by the way. Generally it defaults to normal, which is obviously a halfway house between the other two. When you start the car, and you've got a little knob down here, twist it to the left. I'm now in eco mode, so it does feel quite a bit softer when you put your throttle pedal down. It's not quite so keen to pick up and go, and I'm guessing it's utilising more battery for town use, that kind of thing, and I have used it in town. It is quite effective. Push the button down, you're back into normal, and then both of those, you've got a dashboard here, blue background, eco sort of gauge on the left where rev counter would ordinarily be. But however, if I twist to the right, suddenly a red background to the dashboard, a rev counter has magically appeared, and you can feel a distinct difference in throttle response and its keenness to get up and go. The dash, I'll come to later actually, because it looks amazing. It's lovely. I mean, I've owned numerous of these. People will drive them in different ways, no doubt, but generally I spend most of my time just leaving it in normal, and it's perfectly happy at that, I have to say. But it is lovely. Coming to the steering and chassis of the car, being rear wheel drive, you've got steering completely unpolluted by drive shafts, so you've got a very natural feel coming through the steering wheel. Like most modern cars, it is electric power steering, but unlike lots of modern cars, that still gives you weight, precision, accuracy, total confidence. It never feels nervous on the road at all. It also tracks absolutely dead straight. There's no vibrations at this speed, or any speed up to legal limits actually. And the chassis itself, I've always said, I've said on every video for an IS300, because I firmly believe it, I think it just hits the middle spot, or probably more towards the sportier edge of it, perfectly. The natural competitors in this segment of the market will be Audi A4, Mercedes C-Class, and BMW 3 Series. We're talking like the most prestigious manufacturers in that particular range. The Audi and the Mercedes, for me at least anyway, I find them too soft, too dull really, for the kind of driving I like. But they're comfortable. But this is comfortable. The difference is, unlike the BMW 3 Series, which, if you want an out-and-out sports saloon, is still the best one of all of them. The ultimate precision in terms of driving and balance, but this does 95% of that. But the problem with the BMW is, when you're not in the mood, it can feel very harsh by comparison to this. Driving around, the suspension doesn't cope with the bumps anything like as well as this car does. And I just think that, if you want out-and-out sports, go for a 3 Series. If you want something that's still going to give you nearly all of that, but has the ability to just waft along as I am now at the legal limit, then these are brilliant cars. Suspension, by the way, exhibits absolutely no clonks, rattles, anything from underneath. All absolutely as tight as a drum. The brake pedal on the car is fantastic. It's powerful, but there's no pulsing, no vibrations coming back through the brake pedal at all. It's all in very, very good order. And then finally coming inside the car, which is where you meet probably the best built cars on the marketplace in the real world of owning cars. And I'm talking about when they're brand new and all cars feel relatively well built. I'm talking about after sort of 10 years or so, how does it stack up then? Well, first and foremost, it's beautifully put together. There's no squeaks, there's no rattles, but you've got this wonderfully interesting interior which works. It's not just for show. The detailing and labelling on all of the switchgear is just so high quality. Sat nav working perfectly, dual zone climate control likewise, and you can operate the climate control separate from the main screen as well, because you've got the little mouse pad here, which is actually quite easy to use. I didn't like them when I first used them in an RX years ago, but now I've got used to them and they are good. Heated and vented seats working perfectly. I've got them on cold at the moment and it's nice and chilly on my backside. But it's just, you sit in the car, and I hate the cliches that manufacturers come up with. You know, you're at one with the car, you're in a cockpit designed interior, but you do genuinely feel like that in here. It feels interesting, it feels different, but it's just so beautifully made. It really is. And it's just such a smooth, easy car to drive, but one that's just that bit more interesting than most out there, I have to say. Point of video, it's nothing to do with any of that, is to check on any faults or any issues, and there's nothing at all. It drives absolutely beautifully.